Namaste. Welcome to yoga this morning. I hope everyone, we say in Spanish, amanecer, to greet the sun. How did you greet the sun this morning? Hoping that this can help settle us in and let us begin our day with a positive vibration, a higher frequency, just starting our day with a better way to get in touch with ourselves and to get in touch with each other on this other plane of existence that we are experiencing right now. So let's start with our hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra, and then just letting your head bow slightly. Let your thumbs touch your breastbone. And then notice where your breath is. Is it underneath your thumbs or is it down low in your belly? Just noticing the breath. Not changing it, just noticing it. And then shifting the breath down into the belly, using your abdominal muscles, pulling the belly back toward the spine as you exhale. And then relax the belly muscles and let the inhale come in naturally. Exhale, use your belly muscles, pull the belly back toward the spine, low belly. Relax the muscles, inhale. 2 more, exhaling. Relax, inhale. And exhale. Relax, inhale. Just falling into your natural pattern wherever it is in the body. With gratitude, we salute all the great yoga masters, past and present. With joy, we recognize the excellent wisdom teachings of yoga. And with vigor, we dedicate ourselves to self-transforming practice. What do you need this morning for self-transformation? Find your intention, your sankalpa, and repeat it to yourself 3 times. And then thinking of something or someone to which to offer your practice today, usually the first thing that pops into your mind. And then hold these thoughts down into your heart space throughout the practice, and we'll bring them back at the end. I'm going to chant 1 Om. I'd love for you to join in with me if you can, where you are. Exhaling the breath all the way out, letting the belly come back to the spine, releasing the belly to let a full inhale come in, and then a chant. And letting your eyes flutter open on an inhale, letting your hands relax to your legs on an exhale. Good. And just take some circles, just a few circles. Nice and slowly circling. Other direction. Good. And then coming into neutral. Just raise the arms up for a moment. Just take a nice little stretch. Go ahead and grab the right wrist and reach over to the left side. Little tug to the wrist and the arm, opening up the side of the chest. Come back up into the center, other wrist, and then over to the right side. Just notice all the stretch in the intercostal muscles, the muscles between the ribs. And exhale up. Good. And then release both arms down for a moment. We're going to go back today into a reclined pose on our belly. So we're going to just lie down on our belly. Good. So finding yourself on your belly, and let's start in Sphinx pose. So placing our elbows right underneath our shoulders. Hands reaching out in front, wrist and elbow creases, making a line back so you can see a little more. Good. And slump a little bit so you can feel that slump. And then press into the forearms, press into the hands. Lay out your feet if you can. I have a pillow in my way. Now I can rearrange. Good. Excellent. Okay, so being in Sphinx for a moment. Now for just a moment, relax your belly. Good. Relax the pelvic floor. Relax your heels out to the side for just a minute. So our focus for a moment is just on the spine. So keeping that soft inferior body, inferior meaning the part from the belly button down, okay? So keeping that part soft. We're gonna wing out our elbows, come down onto your low ribs, and then slowly let your forehead touch or chin, whichever is most comfortable to your neck. And then take your hands back beside you. Keep your legs soft, keep your bottom soft. Tuck your thumbs right under the top of the thighs and let your shoulders relax toward the floor. We're gonna inhale, come up just a little, and exhale, release. See if you can not engage your bottom so much. And exhale, release. Inhale, peel off the chin or the forehead, little bit of the chest, exhale, release. Inhale, peel up a little, exhale, release. Notice that your back is starting to get into the groove of it. It's not relying on those hips, those big muscles on the bottom. Keep going, inhaling up, exhaling, release. Inhale up, exhale, release. And inhale up, stay up. Roll your elbows back toward each other. Thumbs are still stuck under the thighs. Good. Notice your low ribs are on the floor. Now engage your tops of your feet on the floor, heels toward the ceiling. Little toe side on the floor touching. Engage the thighs, your knees will lift. Good. And you're just in this up position. And exhale, lower. Chin or chest to touch, elbows to touch. Inhale, peel off, keep the legs engaged this time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up, stay up. Exhale. Thighs are engaged, tops of the feet are engaged. Feet are up. Good. And then take your thumbs out, just reach your arms out to the side for a moment, bend your elbows. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push a tiny bit, release. Tiny rocking, release. Tiny, tiny, inch or two. Maximum 2 inches, maybe 1 centimeter. Tiny little rock. Good, one more rock and release. Soften your bottom, soften your heels out to the side. Let's bring our forearms back where they were into Sphinx pose. Slump so you can feel the difference, and then push into the floor with the forearms. Neck lifts up. Bottom and legs are still soft for a moment. Keeping them soft for a moment. Good. And then engage the tops of the feet, really pressing back. And then go to the side for a moment. So tops of the feet are engaged. Bottom is engaged, knees have lifted, hands are underneath, hands are in front, elbows underneath the shoulders. Good. And then gaze over to the right leg. Come back into the center. Gaze over to the left leg. And back into the center. Good. This time I want you to gaze over to the right leg and then bend the leg. Bend the right leg in as far as you can, no touching with your hands. Just bend it in as far as it comes all by itself. This is working at the psoas, at the hip flexor, also the quadricep, of course. Good. Just bring the foot in as far as it comes all by itself, and then release. Good. Point the toes, tops of the feet on the floor, little side especially. Good. And then look back over to the left side. Bend the knee and take the heel as close to your bottom as you can. Looking over to the left. Leg coming up on its own. No hands. Breathe. One more breath. Good. And then release that leg. Come back with your gaze to neutral. Good. Wing out your elbows again, and let's go down. So with your left arm, make a little pillow so that you can rest your head on your hand. Good. And then again, with the right leg, bring it up, and this time with your right arm. See if you have a little toe or something. Your whole body is on the floor. The only thing lifted is the right leg from the knee up and the right arm. Good. Roll your shoulder open. It'll be a little easier if the shoulder's open. Don't tug it, just a little bit of extra, no tugging. One more breath, and then release. Good, we're gonna switch hands. We're gonna put our right forearm on the floor, take our gaze to the left, rest your cheek on your right hand. Relax your left arm and then bend the left knee, bring it in, and then open the left shoulder. And as you're ready, pull a little, like a tiny bit. Just experiment. If you don't have your foot or your leg or anything, just grab your pants or grab your tights or grab anything. If you don't have anything close that way, grab a strap, grab a shawl, grab anything, and just pull the leg as much as is comfortable toward you. No big strain here, please. Good, and then release it. Bring your gaze back into neutral, looking ahead. Hands underneath the shoulders, glue the elbows back beside you, curl your toes under, press through your heels, begin to press up into a plank. Just a moment of strength, drop to your knees, and sit back on your heels. Good. Sitting in Vajrasana for a moment, just sitting. Making any modifications you might need, a pillow, a chair, you can do this part just even sitting. You can also just curl your toes under and do it there. So wherever you're sitting in your Vajrasana, in your Thunderbolt. Good. And then coming to all fours really easily. Great. So because we have all four limbs on the floor right now, we're going to take a lunge. We're going to just come up to the tips of our fingers and step the left foot through. Walk it or get it however up you want. And because you're on all four, if you want to sling it around there, it won't hurt you that much because you're not putting any weight on the hip or the leg. So get the knee in front, stack it over the ankle, and then let's bring our hands to the knee. Good. Press up until you are a long line from your back knee up. Front knee is just in front. Good. And then let's walk our arms up, reaching up, Anjaneyya, into a nice lunge. Good. The gaze can come up or not, and come straight front and forward. Good. And then broad arms, reaching out. Put the hands down on the floor, and then we're going to step the right leg back, all the way back. Long lunge. Good. So now it's longer, and drop to the knee there. So it is a longer lunge. The knee is no longer right under your hip. Bring your hands again to your knee in front. And just notice now there is more of a stretch in the psoas muscle on the right leg. Good. Let's take the arms up again. Just notice showing your sternum, your breastbone to the ceiling. Your gaze can be front and forward or up, whichever is most comfortable for you. Bring your arms down slowly. Settle, get settled, and then take your back foot up, back leg up. So we're not going to do anything there except just take it up. Just as far as it goes, that's all. And then lay that leg down. Good. So your weight is in your hands and your shoulders, not in your front knee or your ankle. Weight is all across the arms. Good. Come back up to a neutral spot. Stack the front knee over the ankle. Good. And then come back to all fours. Great. Settle. Feel yourself, no slumping. Press the floor away. Very active spine. Belly is pulled in. Our breath is all in our chest. No belly breathing here. We need that. And now stepping our right foot forward. Right foot forward. Into our lunge. Good. And then hands to the front knee. Press off until we're stacked on top. So rearrange until you're stacked on top. So your line is with your back leg. Front leg is a right angle, extended in front. Good. And then arms up. Breathe. And then let's take the arms down slowly. Place them on either side. Put your strength there. Reach back with the back leg into a straight line. A high lunge, but we're not going to go high right now. And then drop the knee again. And then bring our hands to the front knee. Press up. Now you can see we have more of a crescent, more of an arch. Good, looking forward. And again, arms coming up, gazing forward or up. Good, and then bring the hands down. Weight is in the shoulders again, it's not in the front knee or leg. Then slowly bring in the back foot, only as far as it comes. You can flex a point either way, doesn't matter, you can play with doing both. Good, and then release the leg. Good. And then take the front leg, let's come off the back knee, and just step your front leg back into plank. Be in a nice long plank for a moment. Nice long line of energy. Drop to the knees. Everybody on the knees. Good. And then press back, hips to the heels. Long spine, gazing forward. Good. And then coming back into all fours. So just notice, how's the body? How's it feeling? Where you're feeling any sensations. And here's some cat poses, okay? So let's curl the toes under, gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, lay the toes out and get round. Look at your belly button. Inhale, curl the toes under, look forward. Press the floor away. Exhale, lay the toes out, round. Press away. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your feet in the equation. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Toes are curled under. Keep the toes curled under. Press your hips back towards your heels. Sitting back. Just a little bit of pressure into the heels. Good. Feel it on your toes. Feel the pressure into the toe region, into the ball of the foot. Good. And then we're going to come up. First, we're just going to balance on the ball of the foot. Bring your hands to above your knees. Just rest your forearms there into this low squat on the ball of the foot. And then press your hands in and come up a little taller with your spine, looking for all of your natural curves, your spine, in your spine. Good, and then we're gonna challenge ourselves to stay on the ball of the foot as we stand up. So let's take the arms up, stand up, and standing, lower to the heels, lower the arms, and being still for a moment. Good. And then we're going to go to the top of our mats, going to the top of your mat. I'm really in the palm tree when I do this, so if I don't always seem as straight as standing as tall as I could, that's why. Okay, so finding yourself tall at the front of your mat. Place your hands at your waist. Just place your hands at the waist. Take an inhale and step your left leg back into a long lunge. Good. Divide your body weight, front, back, side, side. Find the body weight, okay? Pull the belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Let's begin to show our sternum. So we have a little bit of a back bend in our thoracic spine. Breastbone toward the ceiling. Arms are still down. Good. And then slowly begin to rise the arms. Let the arms rise up, finding this crescent lunge. Breathing. Take a nice inhale. Begin to come up with the arms. Reach up, straighten front leg, up, straighten front leg, reach up, straighten the front leg. Shift the weight to the back leg. Just shift the weight back. Good. And then we're going to take an exhale and step forward. Great. Be still. Excellent. And then on your next exhale, right leg stepping back. Good. Take time, get yourself situated. Front, back, side, side. Weight divided into all four parts of the body. Good. Arms are just soft. Great. Press through the back heel enough to help you get that weight into the back leg, back body. Hips are forward for the short end of your mat. Good. Show the breastbone. So we've got a little thoracic back bend. And then let your arms rise up. Breathing. Press through the back heel. Back heel is what keeps you stable. The back heel is in the air and pressing back, not to the side. One more breath. And then on your next exhale, let's step forward. Good. Relax. And now come into the center of your mat, somewhere into the center where you can actually move in both directions equally, okay? So we're going to play with a little bit of a balance pose. And I want you to think about Tadasana, which is here, lumbar curve, cervical curve, everything lined up in regular curves, belly's in, pelvic floor is lifted, everything is balanced in this Tadasana. So from Tadasana, we're going to think about pivoting our whole body in Tadasana over our standing leg, right? So I'm going to show you what I mean, and I'm going to keep my arms down to not overweight the top part of my body. So I'm going to step back with the right foot. I'm going to create that Tadasana line with the right leg to the right side of the body, and then the whole to the head. So everything is in line with Tadasana. And then over that standing left leg, I'm going to start to balance. I'm not going to lose my Tadasana though. So if you start to open out to the side, stop. You're headed toward the floor. Whole body is toward the floor. And then when you're ready, come up. Good. So it's a beginning to a warrior 3, but it's taking it in stages, okay? So step the foot back. Great. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, step the left foot back. Find the space there. Good. And then right now I don't have a Tadasana, but when I lean forward, I have a Tadasana. I have a nice long line of energy, crown of the head to the back left heel. So find your Tadasana. You can hold a wall, you can hold a chair, you can hold anything that's going to help you balance. Keep your left heel up, and I mean up toward the ceiling with the Achilles tendon. Don't rotate the foot out. And then as you're ready, keep your Tadasana, flex the back foot. Don't lose your Tadasana. Your arm can hang. You want the weight featured elsewhere. And then on your next exhale, come back, release the foot. Good, okay? We're gonna do that one more time. And if you have a wall or a chair, I'm gonna encourage you to use it, okay? Because what I don't want you to do is come out of balance and do this. I don't want any foot headed out to the side. Foot's gonna stay in, long line of energy is gonna stay in, and you're balancing that line of energy over your standing leg, okay? Ready? So wherever you are, excuse me, you could have a wall there, I have a chair, anything you might have to help you, and maybe you don't need anything at all right? So take a nice inhale, exhale, root down through the legs. As you inhale, lift up through the spine. Exhale, right leg, back, step it back, tilt until you find that long Tadasana line, and then slowly begin to pivot over your standing left leg. Look back and make sure your toes are headed toward the floor. Pinky toe is toward the floor, not to the side. Check yourself. Keep your body in a long line. Your body is just pivoting right over the left thigh. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Come back and step back. Good. Other side. Take an inhale. Exhale, root down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left leg back. And then as you're ready, tilt, find your long Tadasana, and then begin to pivot over your standing right leg. And like I said, I have a chair. I could use a wall in front. Whatever I need to make sure I keep my Tadasana in line over my standing leg. Make sure the little toe is toward the floor, not out to the side. Long line of energy. Good. And then release the leg and step back. Great. Just one more thing to do this morning. And again, if you have a chair, if you have a wall, anything that you can hold on to, we're going to build on what we've done on the floor, standing, and everywhere else. We're going to just do it one more time. I want you to hold on to your right heel, or right foot, anywhere you want. The right foot. And the knee is down. The knee is toward the floor. Both knees are even. And just feel what you feel. You could use a strap. You could hold on to your pants leg here. Just whatever you feel. And then release that leg. Good. And then we'll do the other one. Okay? So slowly, just hold the left leg. Wherever it comes to is perfect. Don't really pull and stretch. That hurts the knee. Just keeping it wherever it is. Knee is heavy toward the floor. Hold on to anything. Go ahead and open your left shoulder. Shoulder open. Good, and then release. Excellent, and we're gonna make our way to the floor, into our squat. Nice, big squat. So get your feet and your knees headed in the same direction before you start to lower your bottom. Good, find that spot of equilibrium and let your pelvis drape to the floor. Let's just hold our forearms and gaze at the floor while our whole body sinks into the floor. Let your neck round, chin toward the chest. And then peel the chin off the chest, begin to look forward. Let's take our arms back behind us, just back behind us. Reach back for a moment, just reach back. Good. Press into your heart, press up with your heart. Good. And then slowly lower your bottom back close to your hand. Send the legs out. Dandasana. Strong legs for a moment, really strong legs. And then bending your left knee, bring it in. Victory fingers, peace fingers with your left hand and hold on to your big toe. Good. Rise the foot up. So foot in the shin are parallel to the floor. Good. And then just taking your right arm, placing it on your right thigh. No pressure, just leaving it there. Breathe, just breathe for a moment. Just see where you are with this pose. Keep flexing the foot along the floor as you slowly begin to press into the sit bones and draw the knee back to the armpit. Drawing the knee back to the armpit. Wherever it goes is perfect. Good, breathing. And then slowly bring the leg back out in front, chin parallel to the floor. Release your arms and release your arm and then the leg. Good. Okay, other leg. So bend the right knee, put the foot on the floor. Go ahead and sit up on your sit bones. Make sure you're there. And then just resting your left hand on your thigh. Victory fingers, peace fingers, reach in, grab the toe. Show me the sole of your foot. So just being here a moment, don't go too fast. We're asking how much is gonna sink into this acetabulum, into that socket that holds the head of the femur. So we're just giving space and time. Breathing. And then slowly we're going to take the knee back toward the armpit. It may feel very different on one side than the other. One may be a lot easier. Remember, with your left hand just resting on your thigh. Draw it back. Breathe. Up on your sit bones, not laying down on your sacrum. Couple more breaths. Smooth out the breath. Good. Bring it back till it's parallel again, right in front. And then release the foot and stretch it out and put it with the other one. Good. Stretch through both heels are totally on the floor. And then let your legs just open and relax. Give a little bit of massage into your quadriceps. Just a little bit of massage into the quads. And then go ahead and dig your fingers into the sides, into that tensor fascia lata that was helping us to do those standing poses a lot. Good. Soles of the feet together. Yesterday, we just did a little playing with our hands and our toes to make sure that we have strong ankles. We're just going to do it one more time today. So let's put our hands together and our feet together. So the toes are touching, hands are really close in front, okay? So that you can operate them together, all right? So we're going to peel away our thumbs and our big toes, right? Only big toes. Index finger, second toe. Middle finger, third toe. Ring finger, fourth toe. Pinky finger, fifth toe. Good. Maybe it was better today than it was yesterday. Let's play by putting them back. Pinky, little toe. Ring, second toe. Middle, third toe. Index, fourth toe. Thumbs, big toes. Good. Excellent. Push, 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 push with the toes, with the hands, and then release. Good. Release your toes, bring your knees together, squeeze them together, and relax the groin muscles for just a moment. Good. We're going to make our way down to the floor in a moment, but when you're on the floor, I don't want you looking at me for any reason whatsoever. I want you to not make any big creases in your neck where your carotid artery needs that freedom. So please not looking at the floor. We're going to do a psoas stretch because we worked there. We're going to just lay down. We're going to put our feet mat width apart. Show you real briefly. And then as we go to the side of the legs, we arch the back and open to the other side. And then we come back and we arch the back and open to the other side. Okay? So that's our psoas release. Windshield wiper pose, it's often called. Arching the back is super important. And then we're going to take an inversion for many of us. But some of us now went and got a chair. So if you did get a chair, I'm going to encourage you to use your chair for your inversion, and maybe with your pillow or anything you have. If you have glaucoma, if you're on the first 3 days of your menstrual cycle, if you have any blood pressure problems that are uncontrolled with no medication or no control, you don't invert. You just don't do it, okay? So do not invert if that's the case. You're just going to lay on the floor without a pillow. You can still do this pose completely. But you're going to lie on the floor without a pillow, put your legs on your chair, and your bottom on the floor. The rest of us have our bottom up a little bit, but it's super comfortable with a pillow and a chair. There's so little force in this position, okay? So let's do both together. And for some reason, if you can't do either today, that's also fine. Just think of something else that's really good for you to do. So put your feet mat width apart, spread them, okay? Lie down. Good. So wherever you are, your feet can be a little close, a little far, whatever feels comfortable for your knees. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, drop your knees to one side, arch the spine, and reach your arm to the other side. And come back into the center. Drop your knees to the other side. Open your upper body to the other side. Arch the back. One more time, either side. Maybe even a third time. I'm sorry I disappeared, but the neighborhood cat came in and was eating my cat's food. And if he were nice, I would let him do it, but he's very mean to them. Okay, so windshield wiper now done to either side. And grabbing your bolster or your pillows, a couple of pillows, or maybe a pillow and a blanket. Got your chair there. If you've not got a wall, maybe anything, maybe a couch is there close by. So you're just going to put your hips up a little, unless you are not practicing inversion. And then you're going to do the same thing, but with no pillow, no nothing. Your bottom's on the floor, your chest is on the floor. There's not an inversion. But when we talk about inverting, we need the tailbone to be higher than our throat. And in this way, we are inverting. Find your spot, relax, breathe. And then slowly finding your way, drawing your knees in towards your chest, rocking over to one side. Press the floor away for just a moment. Bringing yourself up, sitting up, just be still. Relax the body, the mind. And then on an inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. We're going to take a comfortable seat. We're going to do our Shavasana today at the end of our practice, after meditation. So finding your comfortable seat for a little pranayama, a little breath control, a little restraint of the breath. Finding your tall spine, your comfortable seat. You can be in a chair, anywhere you would like, that your body can extend through the spine. Let's get in touch with our breath. Exhaling, belly to spine, releasing the belly, inhale. 3 or 4 abdominal breaths. Use the belly muscles to push the breath out, relax the belly muscles, breath comes in. The next time your belly comes to the spine, hold it there, keep the belly active, and breathe into your chest. Inhale, spread the ribs side to side, front to back. Exhale. Keep the belly engaged, no belly sinking down in the breath. Inhale, ribs spread, bucket handle breathing. Think about a bucket, open in the handle, side to side, front to back. Exhale. One more, chest breath. Good. And then we're going to exhale and take the belly to the spine. We're going to combine those two movements into our yogic breath. Belly moves into the spine. Exhaling. Release the belly, inhale into the belly. Draw that same inhale up into the chest. Feel the chest expand, belly recedes all on its own. Chest expands. Pause, exhale slowly, gently, smoothly, evenly. When you get to the very bottom of that exhale, a little tug from your belly to your spine, then relax the belly. Breath comes into the belly, then expands into the chest, side to side, front to back. Zigzag the breath into the thoracic cavity. Exhale slowly, gently, smoothly, evenly. Following that yogic breath, 3 more breaths. And then fall into your natural breathing pattern for just a moment. Preparing our right hand in Vishnu Mudra. So now I'm not mirroring you, I'm doing the same thing. So right hand in Vishnu Mudra. Tucking in the index finger and the middle finger, preparing your shoulder, your elbow, relax them. Put your thumb on your right nostril, make sure it fits. Ring finger on your left nostril, make sure you have control and your arm's not going to travel. Find that space. If your index finger and your middle finger are uncomfortable there, you can place them right at the third eye. So whichever helps you operate most, closing off either nostril. Good. So we're going to start together using that full yogic breath. We're going to do alternate nasal breathing, balancing, cleansing our energetic system of nadis, meridians in the body. Okay? So start with an exhale, exhaling the breath all the way out. Close off the right nostril. Inhale left, belly, chest. Top of the inhale, a slight pause, switch fingers, exhale right. Bottom of the exhale, slight pause, inhale right. Belly, then chest. Top of the inhale, slight pause, switch fingers, exhale left. So we only switch fingers at the top of the inhale. Pause, inhale left. Top of the inhale, switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Top of the inhale, switch, exhale left. Keep going at your own pace until I ask you to bring the practice to a close. Focus at the third eye, about 3 fingers in from your brow center. As you complete the practice with an exhale out of your left nostril, take the time to do that. Relaxing your hands to the legs and letting yourself feel the effects of the practice. moving from this cleansing right into meditation, keeping your body as still as possible, no movement, spine erect, soft body, soft muscles. Relax your jaw, breathing. Soft and shallow, just enough to sustain you. No control of the breath. No pranayama. Today's meditation is on a candle flame at the heart. Allow yourself to see a candle flame at the center of the chest, beginning to illuminate the chest cavity. And then finding the way to light the rest of the body, even letting the light seep beyond your skin until you're sitting in a light that goes beyond you, seeping out into the universe, a little pod of light. The flame is stronger at the heart region. It flickers and burns brightly. As the mind wanders, bring it back to the candle, back to the pod of light. Focus the mind on the candle. Focus on the candle. Bring the mind back to the candle, the pod of light. And then letting the mind draw the candle flame back into the center of the heart. The light begins to dissipate. The candle back into the heart. The candle flame is always there, flickering lightly. You can bring it back in any meditation. Purifying white light with the mind. Slowly making your way into Shavasana, corpse pose. That little taste of death that practice prepares us for. Finding your body reclining on the floor. Don't feel trapped by your mat. Imagine yourself a starfish. Just letting go. The body is soft and surrenders to the floor. The mind is soft and surrenders to the body. Slowly and gently bringing your awareness into the breath. Find it in the body, in the belly, in the chest. Deepen the breath a little bit, wherever it is. Bringing the senses online. Fingers, toes for touch. Wriggle your nose for smell. Open your mouth wide, yawning for your ears and hearing. Moving the tongue in the mouth, taste, and letting your eyes roll in the sockets. Sight. Waking up the senses, maybe an overhead stretch. Bending your knees, placing your feet on the floor. Shift your bottom off the floor, lift it up and swish it over to one side and rock over to the other side, curled up in embryo. Slowly and gently, with your head being the very last thing to come up because you keep it tucked into your chest. Let your upper arm and hand come down to the floor. Begin to press the floor away, come spiraling up. Head is the last thing to come up. Tall spine, relaxed body. Breath is soft, shallow. The whole system is quiet. Bringing the hands into the heart, Anjali Mudra. Any merit we may have earned this morning, we lift it up to the welfare of all sentient. Remembering your intention, repeating it 3 times. Remembering your offering. And then letting those slip out of your mind, down into your heart, and out of your heart into the palm of your hands. And then symbolically just lift it up and let it go off into the universe. Just let go. Bringing the hands back into the heart. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. I'm coming to you. Let me fix it so that you can unmute yourself. Okay. So now, whenever you would like, if you'd like to talk, let me go to gallery view. If you'd like to talk, you're welcome to unmute and share something with the class or ask a question of me or whatever you, whatever might occur to you. Thank you, Carla. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions about today's practice or anything that you might want to go further into? Jean? Or Jean, do you want to say something? No. Okay. Okay. Anyone? Any questions about the practice?
This is Radha.
Hey, Radha.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You're
thank you again for a wonderful practice. I was going to ask about the inversion. Is that something I could do? I don't have any conditions that I need to worry about in terms of blood pressure and all that. So is that something I could do just intermittently throughout the day?
As long as you don't have any food in your belly. So you wouldn't do it, while you don't have food in your stomach. So at least 3 or 4 hours after a meal, at least, right? So like it's great to do it before lunch, great to do it before dinner, and then great to do it before bed if you have enough time to do it, because it's very resettling to the prana vayus. It really settles the vayus, and for our whole immune system, if our vayus are balanced and our nadis are balanced, then we are more balanced. So doing an inversion like Viparit Karani Mudra, or just legs up the wall, just legs up the wall with your bottom not elevated, is also really, really good.
Okay, it felt very good. So thank you. Yes.
Good. In the inversions, your breath is always going to be diaphragmatic, because you're upside down with so you're going to see your belly rise because your diaphragm is pushing and your gravity's got you going the other way. So it's not really so much as your belly breathing, but because of the constriction of gravity, it looks like a belly breath. It's just your diaphragm, you're seeing it move. Like when you do bridge pose, you can see your belly just push all that stuff out and drops back, and you push it all out. And it's kind of like an umbrella. Here's your heart, and then here's your stomach and your liver, and it's just like squeeze, squeeze.
I see.
Somebody said, Jose says his knees crack slightly when standing up from the squat. Is that bad? No, Jose, it happens to the best of us. As long as it doesn't hurt, you probably have some sports damage in there. And yoga will help you strengthen the whole knee and strengthen the ankle, and like help your legs stay more stable. But my leg, from all the years that I danced and did a lot of other things that were not great for my knees, gymnastics and stuff when I was young, I have the most terrible sound of in my right knee. But it doesn't hurt, it's fine. It's just a bunch of garbage in there, like they'd have to go in and clean it out, and it would not feel any different. So I just listened to it. So no problem, Jose. As long as it doesn't hurt, you're good. Usually it's just some garbage from a sports injury. You got a little cartilage dumped off in there, scraped it, and there it is. So As long as there's no pain, it's fine. So Nadi Shodhana, using our full yogic breath, is such a perfect practice for us to really balance Ida and Pingala. So today, because we didn't do any inversions at all, not inversions, external rotations, I did the cleansing through the Nadi Shodhana. That was our external rotation. Just for you to know that. That's the method to my madness. All of these classes are available. They're all recorded, and they're all made available on our YouTube channel for Casa San Juan. So I think you can now I think there's 30 of them, because I've been doing this daily now for over a month. So I think you just can or go to YouTube and just type in Ginger Hooven, and I'm sure you're going to get a bunch of classes, and then you can find the channel. But the channel is Casa San Juan. And you can go to our webpage, which is www.casasanjuan.com.gt. If you don't put Guatemala, we're lost, right? Ah, Dana. Okay. And let me pop that out so I can read it. Okay. So costochondritis, and sometimes laying on the belly and then lifting my chest feels a bit uncomfortable. Do you have any recommendations to strengthen that area or modification so I don't put pressure on that area? Were you, you could stay in Sphinx, Dana, for a little while, just, stay in Sphinx with your forearms on the ground. You know what I mean? So that you're pushing down and starting to lift and move into that area. I think Sphinx pose would be a really necessary pose for you to do every day, and be in Sphinx and let your lungs relax, and then exhale, belly in, inhale, belly relax, exhale, belly in, inhale, belly relax. Doing belly breathing in Sphinx. Let's try that for a few days and see how that feels, to strengthen that whole area, okay?
Ginger, I have a question.
Hey,
Do you
Tina,
have?
I see you
Hi.
yesterday.
Yeah, I was teaching.
Oh,
Thank
good,
you.
good.
Yeah. I enjoy that practice of hands and feet, aligning the fingers with the toes. What I'm noticing with a lot of students right now, I don't know if it's a sign of the times or what, but they're having a lot of trouble being in their body by virtue of like cues around, like use your left arm, left, right leg. They don't know left from right. I mean, they're just not being able to distinguish. So practices like that I'm finding really useful. And I'm just curious if you have any other recommendations that help students attune to left, right, proprioception. I'm finding somatic practices really
Yes,
useful.
absolutely. Somatics, the Hana somatics.
Yeah.
And I think I shared Susan Koenig. There is a
Yes.
woman, Susan Koenig, and she has a channel. And I recommend that everybody, when you have any kind of muscular thing that's happening, that you look at Susan's channel and say, I wonder if it's that muscle. Or you ask me what muscle it is, and then you look at Susan's channel. Because she
Mhm.
works on proprioception for specific muscle groups. And this is what I'm thinking about for you some too, Juliette. So it's, if you want to work in a particular area and what's happening is, I can remember after I had my frozen shoulder and I was doing Susan's class for arm rotation, right? And my arm went, I couldn't have a smooth circle if you had paid me $1 million. And now, after all these months of working, little by little, I can make a smooth circle. But a year ago, it was like jacking up a car with literally with a jack. So, it's not, your body and your brain have stopped that communication. Probably, hopefully you'll never have a frozen shoulder, but with that, the brain just says, stop. I had no idea that a frozen shoulder really meant frozen shoulder. It doesn't move. And so the brain just stopped communicating with that area of my body, and I had to retrain it really slowly. Took about, in August this year, it'll be 2 years. And the first year was just slow going, right? Really slow going. So I think somatics, there are 3 people that I recommend usually: Martha Peterson and James Knight, because I think sometimes guys want to see a guy, and James is a lovely guy. I like to do their smaller things. Sometimes when they do a whole somatic class, I feel it's too much, because it is really about proprioception. And so, yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I like to use it therapeutically, one area at a time.
Thank you.
Thank you, G. Thanks, Martha. Yeah, so, and we'll continue to talk about this too. Tina, you and Dana are both part of the 300, and we will definitely go into it. We have somatics on the menu, kinesiology on the menu. Yeah. Great. Okay. And Nadi Shodan, you know, it's really hard for people sometimes to get their arm and not like take their head over to the side. But, you know, you can just do it with no hands, no anything. Georg Fairstein had us do it in class, just sitting there and imagining that the breath came in the left and the breath went out the right. And imagine the breath coming in the right and exhaling it out the left. And I promise, I feel like the whole class felt like if we had a mirror underneath our nose, we were doing one side at a time, because the concentrating on it for so long, like we would do it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just that one practice. And it was so lovely to not worry about your hands or anything, but just try to bring that air in, take that air out, bring that air in, take the air out. Yeah. So you don't have to make it hard. Yeah. So anything else? It is a Thursday, which means that my friend Julia is giving restorative twice today. She's amazing. One's in English, one's in Spanish. She lives down here in Antigua. And I say that because she uses my Zoom. And so it's my day to not be on Zoom much. Praise God, because Prati's here. She knows we can get caught up in all of the meetings at Mount Madonna, and now it's getting just as bad as it was before the COVID. So yesterday I'm kind of meetinged out, and yeah. So any questions about anything at all? If not, I'll let you go early. It's lovely to have you here. Waka, it's so nice to see you. My Juan Carlos here in the corner of my screen. Yeah, thank you all. I really appreciate you coming. I appreciate you hopefully learning and sharing. Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful to see you. Thanks for just putting those pretty faces up for just a moment, just for me to see your beauty. I love that.